Here's why I'm hyped for EIYUDEN Chronicle 100 Heroes and why you should be as well. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Callie and I cover JRPG content, and for today we're going to have a specific focus on this amazing upcoming JRPG called EIYUDEN Chronicle 100 Heroes. And it's been my mission as part of this channel to spread as much awareness and as many details about this game as possible, because this game is very special and important to me, and it's also important to the longtime fans of classic style JRPGs. So in this video I want to go over 5 main reasons or 5 main points why I'm excited and why you should personally be excited as well. Let's go ahead and jump into point number 1. Now, point number 1. This game is the spiritual successor to the SUIKODEN series. Now, if you've never heard of SUIKODEN, SUIKODEN was a series that was created back in the 90s by one of the founders named Murayama. Murayama was also the producer, writer, and director for SUIKODEN 1 in 1995, SUIKODEN 2 in 1998, and SUIKODEN 3 in 2002, all the way up until his departure from Konami itself in 2002 before the release of SUIKODEN 3. This JRPG was so special as it included war battles, as it included a home base, and most importantly, you could recruit over 108 characters. Yes, 108 characters, all with their different personalities, all with their different roles, all with their different jobs, and some of them could fight, some of them opened shops, some of them took care of the home base, and it was just a complete and unique JRPG experience. Konami would continue the SUIKODEN series even without the helm of Murayama by releasing SUIKODEN 4 in 2004 and then SUIKODEN 5 in 2006. However, many fans consider the first 3 SUIKODENs to be the very best, as they all followed the same continuity and similar characters and similar story aspects, so they felt like one cohesive big game. However, since the release of SUIKODEN 5 all the way back in 2006, Konami has primarily left the series dormant. If it wasn't for the recently announced remasters of SUIKODEN 1 and SUIKODEN 2, we would have nothing from the series, unfortunately. This is where Murayama comes in. In 2020, he launched a Kickstarter for a project named EIYUDEN Chronicle 100 Heroes, and it did absolutely monstrous. It was funded almost immediately, and it will go on to fund for over $4.5 million, proving that there's still a market for this sort of JRPG and this style of game in the modern world. So that's one of the things to be super excited about, as this is a follow-up and a spiritual successor to one of the most classic and beloved quality JRPGs of all time. So you best believe the developers are putting their best foot forward. And point number 2, as I said before, this is not just a spiritual successor in the vein of just being a spiritual successor. It is literally coming from some of the original creators and developers themselves. So you know it will be true to form, you know it will be quality, and you know it will be oozing with that same personality that we all fell in love with from the first 2 SUIKODEN games. So it makes me very excited to see what the original developers has learned from the 90s, the new techniques that they will implement, and how they will modernize their style of making JRPGs. So I am very excited about that. Now, point number 3 of why I'm excited. This game represents the classic golden age of JRPGs, that 90s style that knew exactly what it was. It's not trying to appeal to Western markets or appeal to markets of people who don't really care about JRPGs. This game knows exactly what it wants to be and what it will be. It also represents the indie JRPG industry, where unfortunately nowadays we have to go to indie developers, or fortunately we have to go to indie developers to find that experience and that classic nostalgia that we have been looking for. If we look at Sea of Stars and how it just recently had so much success, selling over 250,000 copies in its first couple of weeks, we are excited about the future of indie developers. We need indie developers so that they are not hampered by company restrictions, company limitations, and they are free to creatively express themselves in any and all ways possible. So that's why I'm excited for this game, because I know that Rabbit and Bear Studios will be as creative and free as they want to be. So this is absolutely excellent for the indie developer, and hopefully indie developers and JRPG developers are inspired by games like Chain Echoes, Sea of Stars, and EIYUDEN Chronicle, because it proves that we don't always need the big companies to do these sorts of games. Big companies are moving away from JRPGs, so it's nice to see the little guy or the indie guys look out for our favorite genre of game. Now, point number 4 is 2 points in one in here. This game is absolutely beautiful with its 2.5D style of graphics. It's one of the best 2.5D styles I've ever seen. I love how the character sprites look. They have so much personality. I love how the backgrounds look. Everything just blends together. Honestly, for some weird reason, this game kind of gives me a Tales of Vesperia type of aesthetic, even though it's in the 2.5D style. Also, if you are a story-driven person, this game will absolutely be for you. If there's one thing that Suikoden 1 and 2 and 3 had, it is an amazing story. Murayama and the team are absolutely masters at storytelling and story writing, so I already know the story for EIYUDEN Chronicle will be absolutely amazing. I have no doubt in my mind that this story will mirror the excellence of Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, as those are some of the best JRPG stories I have ever played. So be prepared for an amazing story that will probably pull at your heartstrings, make you contemplate your own thoughts, and make you contemplate your own morality. That's kind of what they specialize in. This brings me to my fifth and final point, and that point is this game will absolutely be packed full of content. As we saw in the trailer, in the recent Tokyo Game Show trailer, this game has an HQ, which is a staple in the Suikoden series, but the HQ grows as you progress the game and as you recruit more characters. This game has over 108 characters that are recruitable, that all have their own roles, their own goals, and their own things that they all specialize in. As well as this game has things like a hot spring. It has a theater mode where you can place any character inside of the theater mode, and every single theater mode character combination is voiced. So there's so many combinations, there's so many things to do. This game also will have a sort of strategy RPG war battles in it, as well, as that has been a staple of the Suikoden series for so many years. And this game has a ton of heart. You can just see the heart and the passion that's been poured into this game, and the way that they've been working with the fans and keeping the fans in the know. This game is just packed full of content, and I have no doubt in my mind that this game will easily be a 30 to 50 hour JRPG experience. So hopefully I'm not disappointed in that, and I'm not talking ahead of myself, but if this is anything like the other Suikoden titles, be prepared for a lot of content. And guys, that about wraps up my top reasons why I'm so excited and hyped for this game, and why you should be as well. Please let me know in the comment section below if you agree with any of these points, or be sure to let me know if you have another point that I may have missed in this video. And please, I love commenting and talking to you guys, so if you leave a comment, I am more than likely to respond. We are a community, we love having conversations here, so that's why it's also important that you hit that like button so that this video can get out to more people, so that we can continue to spread the awareness of EIYUDEN Chronicle together. I want this game to become a franchise. I want this game to become a series. So it's important that we use videos like mine and my channel to continue to have these conversations, to facilitate more awareness for EIYUDEN Chronicle and these classic style JRPGs. Guys, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless.